Good day, happy Friday. Man them, my friend them, ball of them, general them, the G them. I'm telling you this. See, sometimes where our greatest resistance is sometimes where our greatest breakthrough is going to be. And I say that to say this specifically. One of the greatest resistance men are having nowadays is the resistance from God. Is this idea of like we are running from God, dog. Why? We have so much resistance, and it's not even we itself we are run from. It's multiple different things. There's so much layers to this, but the enemy come out to kill, steal, and destroy, and to disconnect you from your source, bro. We feel like say we are do everything in this world for ourselves and for our family. We feel like say we are give ourselves strength, or we are give ourselves money, or we are provide for our family, not understanding that everything comes from a source. And while you can still be doing these things and you may not have a good relationship with God, or have a relationship with God none at all. Like, the world is the world. Like, if you put in work, you will get things out. But if you're not connected to God, you will only get you will get by, but you will only go so far. I'm saying all of this to say this, bros. Until you're fully submitted in God or to God, or let me not just use biblically, but even I can't even go anywhere else, because if we don't have God, if you don't have God, you don't have nothing. If you don't have God in the midst, if you're not being led, guided by God, it don't even make no sense where you do, honestly and truly. So let me use our understanding. If you don't have a good characteristics or a good moral character as a man, you're not a full man. I'm not asking you, and you may take this as offense, but you are not. You know why? Because if we're going to use the standard of the world to say, as a man, you must be able to protect, provide. So protection and provision. That's what two of the main things. The other thing is basically, again, if you're going to protect and you provide, it's really a family, which is encompass most things. And I can tell you this. Protection is not just about a physical appearance, you physically being there as a man to protect your kids or your family. Provision does not come from you. So even if you're not a Christian, but your girlfriend is a Christian, your wife is a Christian, or you're sending your children to Sunday school, or you don't necessarily have a relationship, but you're ensuring that your children have a relationship with God, God would use you to provide for them. So you would still get by, because God would have entrusted you, whether you have a relationship or not, to take care of his children. How a father take care of his children? Sending help from the most sending him from all angles to take care of his children. So you may not have a good relationship with God or even know God for yourself, but the fact that you're married to, or you have children, or you have even any child, which is God's children, he might go make sure so you're providing in some way, shape, or the other. So provision does not come from you or from your own strength. Provision comes from God, who gives you the strength to even provide in the first place. So let me just explain about the provision and the protection. Again, protection is not just you just physically being there, but protection is the things that you put or instill in your family and in your children to let them know that, hey, at certain hours, don't go outside. So the protection comes with not just the physical, but the things that you would have said to them and prepare them for. You're setting them up for a world that they're going to live in at some point without you. So the things that you're putting in and taking care of is to take care of your family. That is the protection side of it. And again, you can't fully protect them, because without God's hand over you or protecting you, you could have strapped up with all sorts of things and have all this type of wisdom, have all this army training. You can't protect them without the protection of God. So you yourself can't even protect them. Provision come back down to, again, as I just explained, God would have allowed you to take care. He would have given you the strength, the wisdom, the understanding, the skills, the gift for you to even earn in the first place. So I come back down to say that you, without the characteristics, without you fully submitting to God, you're not fully completed, because without Him you cannot do anything. You will get so far and no more. And the greatest resistance that we have with Him is feeling this idea of feeling that we're weak, or you have to soft, or bro, walking this walk, being a man of God is one of the strongest things you can ever do. It's one of the most powerful things you can ever do, because when I look back and I reflect on it, man, I don't understand, say, the enemy just want this track with, because the Bible already says we are leaders. Literally, we are the leaders of our family, leaders of our homes, right? We're the leaders of our family, leaders of our home. And if we're not there, the impact is so great that we're seeing it in the world. I put it to you that if we were standing in our right position as men, the world would be a better place. And it may sound cliche, but put it in a home perspective. You cannot get away, you cannot get rid of the woman. The woman is one of the most important aspects of it. But there, we are literally the leaders. We have certain authority that a woman don't have. And I'm not saying that women can't lead. I'm talking from a biblical perspective and just a manly perspective. A woman is there, you can't get rid of her, because she brings the seed. A woman can raise a daughter, she can't raise a son. And the man plays such a great role in both life, because the man for the son is the characteristic, the manliness that your presence there brings. Also for the female, for the daughters, it is you as a man showing what a man should look like to your daughter, so she can know who to choose and a representation of who is going to love and care for her. And you as a man is supposed to be a representation of God, your characteristics. Because I put it to you that it may be better, or it is better, don't get me wrong, it's better you're a man of integrity, a man of a godly stature, praying for your children before them even born until they leave this earth, than leaving them wealth, car, house, land, and money. Not saying that those things are not good, because you should leave an inheritance. But if you don't instill certain morals and understanding and how to deal with people and love and certain aspects of life, you may give them that, and that may literally rotten them soul. You may give them that and them lose themselves, because what is grounding them they can manage, they can go through this life properly. A man submitted to God is a man who is protecting a family, a community, and even protecting yourself. Because if you can teach them that treating people and walking away from unnecessary fights and doing all of these not doing all of these unnecessary things, you're protecting yourself. Because if you're grounded in God, those arguments that you tend to have, or the anger that you tend to carry, if you submit it to God, it helps you to understand, analyze, and treat with the things that we struggle with as men. Because I can tell you, for emotional wise, your wife may never understand, your children may never understand. You gotta understand everything that we're feeling, because He was man in the flesh. The anger, everything that we go through as men, the pressure that we go through, and yet still this world is telling you that you can't cry, you can't express yourself, you can't do this, and we battle everything up. You know what the battle up they do? It is deteriorating us inside. Because I put it to you that if a man is surrendered by God, surrendered to God, everything about you is regulated through God. The emotions that we have that we tend to don't deal with and battle up. When that is untreated, and you, for example, you got a background, you have all of these problems, you not vent and not express to nobody not truly understand how you feel, and you go up on the field and a car don't go your way. A man bad tackle you. The emotions arise because you did not correctly vent those emotions, and it come out in You go one party and you got Zimmy and a man playing a cup in your head and you just want to kill everything. Because your emotions and the things that you have not dealt with, you're using coping mechanism, you're using drink. Just like giants in a bucket of water will explode. But we are using all these coping mechanism to try to keep us from the certain things. But bro, without God to regulate a lot of things for us, through us, if we don't submit ourselves as vessels where God can use, we are going to allow ourselves vessels where the enemy can use. Because the only more to do is just kill, steal, and distract us. And destroy. So if him can get you off of your game, if him can get you out of your family life, out of your children's life, if him can get you to be bitter, mean, ungrateful, angry, if him can get you to do those things, it is not just you it affect your lineage, it affect who come after you, it affect your community. Because I've seen one good father raise probably 15 to 20 pitney. Because that one good uncle, that one good grandfather, that one person who him instill certain things in you from an early stage, him sit down and reason and show your whole life work and them thing there. That leave a more lasting impact to a child. A man can tell or anybody can tell that a good father, that leaves such an impression with a person till it helps them to grow. Even person without father, a next father raise them and them can tell us that a stepfather, the other man they when we look up to. The look up to is not because that man gave you anything physical alone. I didn't even give you nothing physical, none at all. But the wisdom, the character, where you see him model and carry out as a man, that is what you look up to. Some of the greatest man of all times is not anything physical they would have done and left, but it's just the morals, the fight, the grit, where a man can see a man struggle with so much things in life and still make it, still push you, no complain, no quarrel, and still make it to the levels where I make it to. That is the lasting impact. So the man them, your greatest resistance from God is probably where your greatest breakthrough is. Because I can tell you, once you submit everything to God, everything just open up, bust sweat. So the things that you're trying in your own flesh, in your own strength to do, you may go so far and no more. But a man submitted to God, submitted to a purpose. Because purpose is not anything. Purpose is not a title of or a job or anything. Sometimes we see purpose as just, my purpose is, if me I want this, then me can do this. Your purpose is walked out daily through your daily actions and daily carrying out of life. That's why you look up to a man and look up to a man, because it's over time how you see that man operate. He's walking in his purpose daily. His decision that he make daily. Is a man who you see take care of him daughter. Is a man who you see take care of him family. Is a man who you see carry him children to church and from school and doing everything. Those are the daily things that you do that walk out your purpose. It's not a one thing. It's not a one-time thing, and it's not a job. It's not a title. It's what you do each and every day that walk out and carry out your purpose. Because purpose is lived through. Purpose is not an achievement. Come on, man them. Again, your greatest resistance is probably where your greatest breakthrough is. And I keep seeing things about men, and I just want to reiterate, brother, the world set away, God soon come. The things that we are kill up yourself about and carry the burden of this world and carry the burden of taking care of our family. God said, lay up all your burden on Him. We know the world put so much pressure upon we, but that's why Him set an example to say, yo, give me all your burdens, me carry them. God left the inheritance of this earth that we may carry dominion over. He is the perfect example of what a man is or a man should be. A man submitted to his father, submitted to God. A man of character, a man of love, a man of care, a man of wisdom, a man of understanding. Him give the gift of the Holy Spirit to help us to maneuver all of these things. You're not left alone. You're given the gifts and the tools that is needed, the principle, the word, the Holy Spirit, but yet still you run from that. You're running from the one and only thing that can truly help you through every situation and everything of this life. I know this is long, but I pray it reaches to somebody and can make sense, because bro, the world is going to be a better place. Your daughter are going to save, the children are going to save, woman them are going to save, you are going to save, because if a man is submitted to God, he's protecting all of these things around them or around you. Everything that you're seeing happening in this world is people who are disconnected from God. Have yourself a good day.